what's the most exciting thing about winning? It's when you win. I love that feeling.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you don't know this beat, it's your girl KylerB coming at you with a new video. Today we're going to be talking about Love Island Season 10 Episode 2, and let's just say, this season's starting out so good. Like, when you watch the first 2 episodes and you're not bored and it's not just bear chats and, you know, bear this, bear that, when we're actually getting a storyline, we're actually getting, like, not really drama, but things are getting a little messy, like, yeah, we're intrigued. Like, I'm intrigued. Let's continue watching. But this episode, Zachariah comes in. He's in the villa. The girls hug him and whatnot. Basically, the text says he has 24 hours to basically make a decision on who he's gonna pick. So we hear some of the girls being like, you know, Zach's a bit of me. You know, he came with a little bit of, you know, a little bit of spiciness, you know, he's not like the regular dudes, you know, like the regular dudes. And the thing about this is that a lot of people saw the first look today and they were like, oh, Zach's picking Molly, and I'm like, nah, he's not picking Molly. Like what I told you, I said, he's not picking no Molly or Jess. He picking a Catherine or Ella or Ruchi. And what did I just say? What did I say? This man, you know, he was chatting with the girls, which evidently were Ruchi, Catherine, and Ella. And they asked him, like, who's your top 3? And he literally said, Ruchi, Ella, and Catherine was his top 3. And I'm like, what did I say? What did I say? So he basically, his top 3 were those 3. He was not trying to pull Molly. He was not trying to pull Jess. For real. Okay? So, you know, the guys were in one section, the girls were in one section, and then we see Mitchell walk over to the girls and give Molly his jacket. Basically, everybody was like the girls were telling the guys, like, step your game up, because you got Mitchell over here, you know, giving Molly his jacket, and then everybody over there sitting down. They all go to sleep, and, you know, Mitchell's talking to the guys, saying that he wants to be the small, smooth in the bed. And the next thing you know, as soon as Molly gets in, she's like, oh, do you want to cuddle? And, like, literally, just as soon as, like, and I'm like, okay. And then they shared a kiss, but and then they cuddle in bed. And then I think, you know, Tyreek gave Ella a kiss on the cheek, and they all went to sleep. So the next morning, they're chatting it up again, and, you know, everybody's trying to say, like, oh, I heard kisses during the night, blah, blah, blah. And then, you know, Mitchell and, you know, Molly had to explain themselves, like, you know, it was just a good night kiss. It wasn't too much of anything, you know, like, you know, just chill. But the thing is, Mitchell and Molly be acting like they're married off, and I'm like, it's only day 2. You gotta, like, keep them options open, but they really acted like they're married off, you know, even though she did say she can keep her options open later on in the episode. But that's what it seems. So next thing you know, we see, you know, Zach taking Jess for a chat, because he says he's gonna get to know all the girls. So he, you know, took Jess for a chat. You know, he took Catherine for a chat, and you see a little something there. It's a little something there. It's just the first chat. Next thing you know, he talks to Ella, then he talks to Ruchi, and then, you know, they get a text to do a game challenge. So they get a game challenge and basically find out, you know, each of the Islanders' little hidden secrets. Guys went first, and to find out which girls had their secrets, and then we find out that Catherine kissed 5 guys in one night. And the guy who got that was Zachariah. So he walked over, gave Catherine a kiss, and, you know, we see Andre talking about how it was a little bit passion in that kiss, and he feeling some type of way, like it was too much energy in that kiss, whatever. So next thing you know, throughout the entire challenge, when it was the guy's turn, we see them all basically kind of swerve Ruchi. Like, they just, like, pretend like they're gonna go up to Ruchi, kiss her, but they be swerving her and going to somebody else. We also see, when it was the girl's turn, Medi, Medi, I think, kissed Ruchi, and then Catherine kissed Medi. And she was actually right with that answer. I forgot what was the question. Oh, the question was, one was the daughter and one was the mother. Anyway, so next thing we know, it was the girl's turn, and then we find out that Tyreek has over 100 people in his count. And he basically acted like he didn't care. He acted like he didn't care about it. And he's paired up with Ella, and Ella was like, yeah, no. Like, and the next thing you know, the other thing in that challenge was that, that was in the first look today, was that Mitchell, he was dating 3 girls at one time, and he was like, oh, that was 7 months ago. And I'm like, bro, he just digged himself a deeper hood. He's like, oh, I'm just, I'm a changed person. And I'm like, but I think Tyreek's was the worst. So they came back from the challenge, and Tyreek is like, oh, I can't believe they're upset with me and my body count. And Catherine kissed five guys in one night, and da-da-da. I'm like, 5 guys and over 100 people. Kisses and the body count. Like you're comparing apples and oranges. Like, he tried to put Catherine in the mix for what? Like, be for real. And she explained to herself that it was when she was younger and she was out. So it was just, that was a situation. But like, he acting like what she did was just like so bad, and then what he did was just like, oh, there's nothing to be bad about. Like, oh, he's comparing 5 kids. Like, that was just a dumb, like, that's like, with him being like that, forget this cat freak thing. Catherine and Tyreek, yeah, that's bones. Like, that's over with. Forget it. Like, we ain't doing cat freak anymore. Like, Catherine either stay with Andre or she get snatched up by Zachariah. But we over that cat freak. Like, let's let that be gone. Anyway, they get ready for the night, and everybody's speculating who Zachariah gonna pick. So everybody's like saying it's gonna be between Catherine and Ella. And then, people are kind of saying like maybe Ruchi, but it was kind of very obvious he might vie with Ruchi, but I don't think she wasn't top on that roster right now. It was definitely between Catherine and Ella. So, he pulls Catherine again, and for a chat at night, and they were chatting. And then Andre over there looking, and he asking Ella like, should I pull Catherine? Should I pull Catherine for a chat? So I think it was Ruchi or it was Ella. And he's like, should I pull Catherine for a chat? So he walks over while Catherine and Zachariah were having a chat, and he pulls her away from the conversation. And, once he got Catherine alone, he had nothing to say to Catherine. He was just like, she was like, oh, you seem a little bit territorial, like you seem a little jealous. And like, he didn't even have a chat. Like, if you're gonna pull her over, like, at least have a chat, at least have something. Like, you didn't even have anything. You just basically pulled her over just to pull her over. And I'm just like, you're doing the most of it. So anyway, he talks to somebody else while, Andre took Catherine for a chat. I'm like, Andre gotta step his cookies up if he really wanna be with Catherine. So when Catherine and Ella and Ruchi are like chatting over there, she's like, he's being a little bit territorial and whatnot. And Ella's like, is that something that makes you get the ick?
Yeah. I got you. He's head over heels for you, babe, because he was like, should I go grab Catherine? Should I just pull her away? He seemed like, he seemed stressed that you were talking to Zach.
Yeah, then he came up to, like, his face, his whole demeanor was like, he's like, not trying to be rude, but grabbing her. I was like, you're coming across very territorial. I feel like I need one-on-one time with him, with Zach.
I feel like Andre...
I just can't have that.
Is it putting off him or no? Off Dre?
Being territorial does give me a little bit of an ick.
He's only 21. He's met you, and he's like, wow.
Yeah.
And he's like, I can't lose this.
And then she also said that, like, he knows he has a bad, you're the bad girl over here, and like, he's kind of young, and so maybe he's just like wow and awe. But I'm just like, I mean, he might be a little bit territorial, but he gotta step his cookies up. Like, he gotta have some little pizzazz to it. Like, you can't be just taking people for chats just for chats. Like, at least try to get to know Catherine. At least try to do something. Like, don't just pull away from a conversation just to sit in silence and be like, oh, since she's paired up with you, you gotta be stick to the hip. Like, no. So, but everybody's saying that Andre does like Catherine. He just doesn't know how to, like, I don't know. He don't know what to do. But, I mean, he really gotta do better if you really want to be with Catherine. So, Zachariah gets a text finally. And he gets a text. And, behold, he picks Catherine. And when I say Catherine has options because, she's in a couple of Andre. Tyreek might vibe with her. And then Zachariah, he vibed that he picked her. This is the first time a Bombshell ever took away.
Natural, and she's also a very beautiful person. So the girl I'd like to couple up with is Catherine.
This is where it all begins. This is where it all begins.
We are here. Like, I'm not saying that, Zachariah and Catherine are gonna be A1 day ones, they're gonna last or something. I'm just saying I'm happy for Catherine because this is day 2 and she's the it girl. She's the it girl and it's day 2, okay? It's been a long time coming, alright? Been a long time coming. So I need to see a little bit more from Zachariah. If he's gonna be long lasting. We're also gonna see maybe Andre may or may not step his cookies up. We don't know what he's gonna do. Is he gonna actually try to, graph Catherine? Is he gonna actually put some energy into it? Or is he just gonna be like, okay, since Zach took her away, he's out. Like, I don't know. Rucci likes Andre, so Rucci might make a run for Andre. We might see that. Ella and Tyreek, I mean, I guess after that challenge, Ella don't really like Tyreek like that, so we will have to see. We don't know. Mitchell and Molly seem to be solid, and George and Jess are still, Jess only like George, but we also see Molly, and George chatting, but I think Mitchell and Molly are still solid, so I don't think George has a chance right now. But that was the episode, and I'm just gonna say I'm just happy for Catherine, and we'll get to see what happens tomorrow's episode. Let's see people chat, let's see people get to know each other, because right now we don't even know if anybody had like a proper chat with each other, like get to know each other a little bit better. But now that Zachariah and Catherine are in a couple, let's see how this goes, what's gonna be going on. Let's see. But this was episode 2 of Love Island season 10. And anyway, guys, if you like this video, like the video, comment down below and know your thoughts, comments, concerns, and now subscribe to my channel. Subscribe. Anyway, thank you guys for watching this video. Peace.